Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I want to make sure that we move through the joints tonight. So we're going to start out opening up wide and then dropping down. So you're going to drop down, the hands are going to be right here at the knees. And then you're going to move to the side. So your right shoulder drops and you move to the side and then come up and then go to the other side. And you're going to go back and forth, lift and drop. And lift and drop. Good. So we're starting out with rotation. And remember, if we're doing a Samana practice, what are the poses that we can do to help move those subtle forces into the center of the body for better digestion and assimilation? And that's going to be rotations. And also postures where you're on your belly. Good. And from there, coming up, roll back through the shoulders. Roll back. You could straighten your legs. Good. And one arm at a time. So starting out with the right arm, reach, open, reach. Good. Reach. Try to lean back. Lean back, tuck that, take that elbow right back behind you. Take it back, back. One more set. Good, and then that right arm comes up. You're gonna lean to the side, take it all the way to the side. Come back up, go to the other side. And then up, leaning to the side. A little bit of a time. Good, and then the right arm is going to come across the body. You're going to bend the knee, drop, and then open. Hold it there, breathe into your ribs. And then coming up, left arm comes across. You're going to try to hook to the elbow to the outside, otherwise come up on the arm, and then open. And again, you're holding. Slight bend in that right knee. Good, and then coming up, reaching arms behind you. So you're going to take your arms behind you, interlace, draw your toes in towards each other, and then drop forward. Drop forward. Good, and then releasing from there and coming back up, opening up your arms, and you're going to turn to the right side, and we're going to start out in warrior two. Good, open up, reach. Drop down to the inside, and then take the arm up above you, swing the arm around, and then step back. Drop down onto your knees and lower, lift everything up, legs and arms. Then release. Now push up. A little bit of a cobra here. Push back, down dog. And then that right leg steps forward. You come back up into warrior two. And then reach. The other arm comes up. You're going to pull. Grab and pull. And then release. Good. Inhale. Exhale, we go warrior two on the other side. Warrior two on the other side. Reach and extend, Virabhadrasana 4. Drop down into Badakanasana. You can go right on the thigh or take it to the ground, but eventually you're going to have to go to the ground. Reaching that top arm around, swing around. Step your left foot back. And then we're lowering all the way to the ground, and then everything lifts. Lift. Everything lifts up off the ground. Good, then release. Pushing up into a little cobra, maybe a little bit higher. Press back, down dog. Left leg steps forward. Go back into warrior two. Open up. Warrior 4. Then that back hand grabs, pulls the hand. And then release. Good. From here, you're going to open up. The right hand then comes again across. You're going to bend the left knee, pull it across, and again, open. Hold it there, breathe. And then bringing it up, and we go to the other side. So now your left arm comes across, and you hook. And again, hold it there, breathe. And then inhale, coming up. Then exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Going to the right, turning to the right. Open up, Virabhadrasana 4. Bending deeply into that knee, grab the arm, pull. So starting to open up, breathe into the side, then drop Virabhadrasana, Badakanasana. See if you can take it to the floor, then swing the arm around and step that leg back, lower to the ground, and lift everything up. Up, lift, hold it there. Soften your face. Then hands come down, lower the legs, lift up. Coming up a little bit higher, relax your shoulders, press your elbows into your side. Press back, down dog. And stepping that right leg forward, come back into Virabhadrasana 2. Then Virabhadrasana 4. Back hand comes up, grabs the wrist again, pull. And then release, lift up. Good, go to the other side, Virabhadrasana 2. Reach, Virabhadrasana 4. And then we grab the wrist, pull. Drop down into side angle. You can start out on the thigh, but then that hand needs to come to the ground. So drop down to the ground, swing the upper arm around, and step the front leg back. Lower onto the tummy and lift everything up. You're on your tummy. That helps with digestion, by the way. Then release, pushing up into Bhujanasana, Cobra, and pressing back, down dog. And then that left leg steps forward, drop your back heel, and we come right back into Virabhadrasana 1. Reach, Virabhadrasana 4, grab the wrist, pull. And then release. Good, good. Right arm is going to come again across. This time we keep the legs straight and you need to go parallel with your toes. They point straight ahead, or you can slightly turn them in. And then that right arm goes across. You're reaching towards that opposite foot and then open up. So it's a little bit deeper and you can use a block. No problem. Legs are straight. Now, even out your pelvis. So keep that pelvis even. And then the torso is what rotates. Try not to drop the hip. Keep the hip pulled back. And then coming up, reach. And then the other hand comes across, same thing. You're reaching towards the foot. Watch the hips, keep that hip pulled back. You can use a block. Try to even out your breath. One-to-one breath. You're always working to smooth out, even out the breath. Let the breath be relaxed. Then slowly coming up. Inhale. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2 to the right. Draw your navel in. Lift up, Virabhadrasana 4. Grab the wrist, pull. Dropping down, Badakanasana. Taking the hand to the ground, swing the arm around, stepping back into plank, lowering onto the tummy. This time you bend at the knees, reach back, grab your ankles, flex your feet, lift everything. Then release the legs, hands to the chest, roll the shoulders back, push up, Badakanasana. Pick it back, Adho Mukha Savasana. And then that right leg steps forward again, Virabhadrasana 2, open up. This is our last time through this sequence. Then that arm reaches, behind you, you grab the wrist, bend through the knee. Good, now release and take the right hand, you're gonna turn the feet parallel, and the right hand now reaches across, open up. Then slowly reaching up, both hands reach, turning your heels in and go right into Virabhadrasana 2 to the other side. Looking down that middle left finger. Reaching up, Virabhadrasana 4, bend the knee, take that back hand, come up, grab the wrist, pull. Then dropping down into Badakanasana. You could start out up higher, but eventually you need to lower that hand to the ground. Then swing the upper arm around. Step back into plank. Lower. Lift up Badakanasana. Good, and then we go back into down dog. Stepping that left leg forward, going up into Virabhadrasana 2, reaching Virabhadrasana 4, grab the wrist, pull. And then release. And then that left hand comes across, feet are parallel, and you hold. Good, and then slowly, slowly coming up, bring your hands together, pull your heels in, and we're gonna sit in a squat. Sit. Go a little deeper. Holding it. Now try to relax and soften your face, holding, maintaining. Good, and then you're gonna take your hands in prayer and you're gonna move right. So go to the right. So you're turning towards that right leg, and then we're gonna reach up and go right into Virabhadrasana 3. Now, if you need to modify, keep your hands at the waist. You can keep the toe on the ground. Reach out. You can use the wall. Then lowering that back leg, keeping the hips facing that forward position, warrior 1. Dropping down and turning the torso towards that front leg. Rotate. We want to add these rotations. Then we reach forward again. We're going into Parvrita Ardha Chandrasana. So you reach forward again and lift. Now, if you need to modify, you can keep the toe on the ground. Gradually, slowly lift up. Slowly lowering, then sliding the block if you're using one in, and holding it for Parvrita Trikonasana. Swing the arm around, coming back up. Virabhadrasana 1. Good, and then you're taking the arm, outside arm, and it's gonna drop. You're going to open up to the side, going into warrior one, warrior four, and then turning and facing the front. Good. Drop back down into a squat. Really low. Go down low. Draw the navel in. Sit, sit, sit. A little deeper. And reaching out with namaste hands, you're going to rotate now to the left side. Pick your back foot up, move it out a little bit. Virabhadrasana 1. And then go right into Virabhadrasana 3. Oh, I've got a table here. How nice. Okay, so you can use the table. If you need to modify, you can keep the toes on the ground or hands at the waist. Then lowering into Virabhadrasana 1, reach. Rotating the torso towards that front leg, drop the hand to the ground. And remember, we're going back into that balancing posture, just going right from this position. Parvrita Ardha Chandrasana. So if you're using a block, you take the block with you. Reach forward with the right hand. The left leg is your standing leg, and then you lift. If you need to modify, use a block, or you can keep the toe on the ground. That's no problem. Then sliding back into Parvarita Trikonasana. Straight legs, you guys. Then swinging that upper arm around, we're going to come into warrior one. Reach. Dropping the arm back behind you, opening up to the side, and then releasing and coming up. Good, so we're going to bring our feet in a little bit. Hands are going to drop down, and we're going to go into a Hindi squat. So you have to bring your feet in. Bring them in. And you drop down. Push out. Now, if you can keep your feet flat, I want you to try to do that. Go wide. Chest is lifted. You're not leaning forward. Chest stays lifted. Thumbs to your heart. Good, and then we're going to rotate to the right side. Drop your back knee. Sit on the foot. Oh, that's nice. And then we're going to reach forward. And as we reach forward, we're going to straighten the back leg. And then drop the head into that front knee. So it's a forward fold. And you can use a block if you need to, no problem. Keep that right hip pulled back, left hip forward, square those hips. We're going back into Parvarita Trikonasana. So left hand is on a block or on the floor, and then you rotate the torso towards that right leg. Swing the arm around, and we're stepping back into plank and then lowering again. Good. Bending at the knees, grabbing behind you, lifting. Keep the knees pulled in, try not to let them splay. And then release. Pushing up into cobra. And then we're going to hold down dog. Hold down dog. Draw your heels down. navel in, open up your armpits. Good, then picking up the right leg and stepping forward. We're gonna hold it here in a high lunge and then drop down. Drop the back knee down. Turn your torso towards the front leg. Again, adding more rotation. Then we lean back, and you're gonna take your weight, take your hips to the side of the foot and then go forward, forward fold. Good, and then we go forward again. We're gonna go back into that half lunge, but this time we drop onto the elbow, so you can use a block if you need to. And again, we rotate. Swing the arm around. Then you're gonna lift back up into the high lunge and drop your back heel. Come on up, reach. Hands come together, you're gonna turn and face the front. Bring the hands right to the heart. And again, we're gonna walk the feet back in, going back into that Hindi squat. Okay, so your feet have to be closer together, and then we sit. Sit, sit, sit. Keep your feet flat. If you can, heels down. Thumbs to the heart. The thing that you have to watch out for in this pose is there is a tendency for people to lean forward. I want you to pay attention to your spine. The chest is lifted, the heart is lifted, your spine is lifted. Good, and then we rotate to the left side. We're gonna sit back right on that foot. So it helps strengthen the foot. It does, it does. We're not here for too long. And then we straighten out that leg, the other leg, lean forward, straighten the back leg, pull the foot in and out a little bit, out, and then straighten the leg, drop the head into the knee. Okay, left hip moves back, right hip moves forward, so you want to square those hips. You can use a block, no problem. Okay, and then your hand, right hand goes right next to that left foot. And then we open up and reach. Parvarita Trikonasana. Turn your head to the side. Then swinging the upper arm around, and we're going to go into that high lunge. Lower the back knee. Rotate the torso towards the leg and reach your arm up. So you're staying on the hand. And then shift your weight back. You take your hips to the outside of the bent leg, right? And you want to keep your hips flat. If you're teetering to one side, throw a blanket underneath you. No problem. Then go forward into a fold. Good, and then we shift forward, go back into that half lunge, and you can use a block here, not a problem. And you go onto the forearm, rotate, reach. Okay, or onto the ground, rotate. Good, and then lifting up your back leg, you're going back into the high lunge. Pull the back leg in, drop the heel, and come right back up into warrior one, reach. And then turning and facing the front. Good. All right. So from here, we're going to interlace our fingers. Interlace your fingers. Push the palm of the hands out. Reach up. Good. Just reach. And then leaning to that left side, lean to the left. So you're opening the right side body. Keep the hands interlaced. Going to the other side. And then release. Good. Now release. Roll the shoulders back. Okay. So I'm going to turn and face the back so you can see what we're going to do. We're going to interlace our fingers behind us and do the same thing. Push so that you're going to push so that the thumbs go down and you turn the palms out. You guys see that? The thumbs go down. You're interlaced. Okay. It's hard. But what it does is, notice what it does to your shoulders. It pushes your shoulder blades back. Okay. Lift the arms up. Lift the arms up. It's a little bit tricky. It's a little more intense for the wrist. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Keep lifting up. Lift up a little bit more. Opens up the forearms. All right, and then release. Good. Bringing your legs together. Feet together. Relax your arms. Shake them out a little bit. Bending your knees. So your standing leg is going to be your right leg. The left leg is going to come up and go over. We're doing eagle pose. You can connect the foot, the left foot over onto the ground, or it can go right there to the side of your leg or wrap around that right calf. Open up your arms. Left arm now goes under and wraps around. Reach out and then up. Draw the navel in, and then we go forward in a forward fold. Now, if you can't do that, all I want you to do is connect the foot to the ground. That will help you with balance. Keep reaching the arms up. Good, and then slowly releasing, coming up. And unravel those legs and the arms. And release, roll the shoulders back. Shake out your legs a little bit. Standing leg is now your left leg. You're gonna bend at your knees. Right leg comes up and goes over. You can either connect the foot to the ground, it goes to the side, or wraps. Right arm goes under, hands together, reach forward and up. Forward and up. If you lose your balance, just connect your foot to the ground. Draw your navel in and then go forward. Slowly releasing and unraveling. Nice. Inhale up. And exhale, we're going to drop into a forward fold. Two fingers are going to wrap around the big toes on each foot. Connect to your thumb. Good, and then release from there. Hands are gonna go to the ground, bend your knees if you need to. And then you're gonna extend your right leg out. Drop, drop down. Keep dropping, drop your glutes down. Then lifting the toes on the extended leg, lift. And then coming up, and we're going to shift to the other side and drop down. Same thing, drop, drop, drop. Keep dropping down, lower. And if you can, lift the toes now on the left extended leg. Good, and then lifting up. And then you're going to turn your toes in towards each other, drop down, interlace your fingers up off the back. And if you can, you're going to turn the thumbs and lift the arms up that way. So it's a much bigger stretch for the forearm and the upper arms if you can rotate your wrists. Also, it can go right down into the shoulder. And then slowly, slowly unraveling the arms. Good, and then we rotate to the right side. Drop the back beam. Good. Extend your leg back and drop right down into a pigeon. If you need to, you can throw a blanket underneath the hip and then relax down onto the forearm. Good, and then we're just gonna sit back onto the hip behind us and then open right up, open right up. And drop forward. Use a block if you want to. That's not a problem. Keep extending your heart forward. All right, and then from there, we're going to release and turn in the other direction. So you're going to pull the foot in, and then turn, and we go right into pigeon. So I do want you to kind of keep that foot up a little bit though, pull it up. Good, and start out higher. Throw a blanket underneath the hip if you need to. That's going to be the glute side. Okay, so the bent leg side of the body, throw a blanket. And then lowering onto the forearm. Good, and then we rotate forward again. This time we're going to do Badakanasana. So pulling both heels in. And then pull them all the way in. Forearms go onto the legs. You want to reach forward. So don't get into the habit of hunching like this. Move out from the chest. Move out. Take your chest forward first. Chest forward and then lower. Relax your chin. So don't let your chin look up. Pull it in. Look down. Good. All right, then the legs come together and we're going to rotate to the side and lay down on our back. Draw the right knee in, left leg extends. Right knee in, left leg extends. Take that right knee across the body, extend your right arm out. Go across. Breathe into your ribs, breathe. And then slowly release from there. You're going to grab the big toe with 2 fingers, open up to the side. See if you can straighten your leg, do as much as you can. And then release. You're going to take that foot to the inner thigh, drop it down, hands come together in prayer, and then reach them up above you like you're doing tree pose, but you're on the ground. Try to keep the sacrum flat. And then release. Lengthening out that right leg, draw the left knee in. Right leg stays extended. And then take that leg across the body. Left arm extends. Breathe into your ribs. All right, and then from there, releasing 2 fingers on the left hand, wrap around the big toe on the left foot, open up and extend that leg out to the side, straightening the leg as much as you can. It's okay if you can't fully extend. You're just doing as much as you can. Good, and then you're pulling that leg in, and then that left foot goes to the inner thigh of the right leg. Hands come together in prayer. And again, you take them up above the head. Vrksasana, Supta Vrksasana. So Vrksasana, tree pose, but Supta, supine. And then drawing both knees up, bending, and you want to bring your feet flat and then push up into a bridge. Release and draw the knees in. Then flatten the feet out again, push up into a bridge, holding it for 3 full breaths. Lowering, drawing the knees in. And then again, the feet go flat, pushing up and holding it for 8 full breaths. Push into your feet. And then lowering, drawing your knees into your chest. The feet come up, grab the outside baby toe side of the foot or below the ankle, draw the knees into the armpit. Pressing the sacrum down. Good, and then from there, we're gonna set up for Shavasana. So grabbing a bolster or blanket to place underneath the knees if you need that for lower back support. Make sure you are getting yourself nice and warm. Put your blanket over you. Put your sweatshirt on. Arms go to your sides, palms up. Cover your eyes with an eye mask, an eye pillow, something like that. And we cover the eyes because, you know, our senses are overstimulated in our culture, especially the eyes. So we want to pacify the eyes by covering them up. And begin Shavasana by bringing that body into complete stillness. You're laying in complete stillness. Settling the breath, slowing down the breath. Doing a little body scan with awareness at the top of the head, all sides of the head, and softening, relaxing then your face. Feel your neck and throat relax. Relaxing your shoulders and arms, hands, fingers. Soften through the chest, upper back. Feel softening in the mid back and the solar plexus and diaphragm. Soften through the belly and low back. Feel the whole torso relaxed. Feel the weight of the torso on the floor. Notice the pelvis connected to the floor as well. Softening through the pelvis, all sides of the pelvis, top of the pelvis, floor of the pelvis. Relaxing the legs, upper legs, back of the legs, sides. Knees relaxing, lower legs softening. Feel your ankles soften. Top of the feet, bottom of the feet, your toes. Feel the breath softening. Feeling the body as a whole. Feeling your skin softening. Feeling all of your muscles throughout the whole body soften. Feel your bones, your skeletal structure soften. Feel your cells, every cell within you, softening. And then begin to deepen your breath. Allow some movement into the fingers and toes, and then gently roll to your right side. Pause there. And then slowly bringing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Connecting your hands, thumbs to the heart. Sitting up tall, up out of the pelvis. Close your eyes. And going back into that feeling of being soft and open, settled and calm, integrated, centered. May you sleep peacefully tonight, and always definitely waking in the morning feeling refreshed. Namaste.